in that way, you will have a good understanding what really matters in your life and the things that don't really matters in your life. And be more focused in doing those things. Sometimes it is more enjoyable doing unimportant things in life. But although it is enjoyable, although it is hard to say no to all those distractions, we have to say no to them, because those are the things that prevents us engaging and achieving the larger purpose in our life. So finally, these are the tips that you can practice to say no to unimportant things and to say no to distractions in your life and to be more focused on what really matters. So finally, saying no can be really hard. I know it is really hard, but in order to achieve a happy life and a calmer life and a more disciplined life, we have to say no, and we have to learn to say no to unimportant things in life. So practice these little tips and then you will be happy in your life. Namo Buddhaya. Question: do you know about the green-eyed monster? The green-eyed monster is nothing but the jealousy that arises within our hearts. So today, we're going to talk about how to deal with jealousy that arises within our minds. Jealousy is one of the most hardest experiences and emotions that we have to go through in our life. It is very hard to admit, and also it is very hard to remove from our hearts. So how can we deal with this jealousy? First of all, let's see why we feel jealousy. We often feel jealousy when we hear or when we see that someone is better than us. Someone is more capable than us. Someone is more smarter and genuine than us. Then we start to compare ourselves with that person, and we start to feel jealousy. So, what is the reason for this jealousness? When we explore the emotion of jealousy, we can find the selfishness or the self-centeredness is deeply rooted within this jealousness. That is why we feel jealousy all the time. So selfishness means that if someone is thinking only about that person, and if he is thinking that he is the greatest person of all, so chances are very high for that person to feel jealousy on people who are better than that person. So how can we deal with this? And how can we stop this jealousness? There are a few things that you can do, right? The first thing that you should do is to admit that you are jealous of that person. In most of the time when we feel jealous, we refuse to admit that we are jealous of that person. We hide our emotions and we make excuses for our own evil emotions. So what you have to do is be humble and admit that I am jealous of that person. Okay? Then only you can identify the real emotion and real state of your mind. So first thing that you have to do is to admit that you are jealous of that person. Second thing that you have to do is to realize that we all are different from one to another. For an example, there are 4 elements in this world: the water element, the earth element, air element, and the fire element. These are the 4 elements that prevails in this world. So if I ask from you, which one is the best element out of these 4? What is the answer of yours? You may say that we cannot compare these 4 elements because these elements are unique from one to another. They serve differently to this world, so we cannot compare. We cannot say which one is the better one. Same goes with our human lives. We are different from one to another. There are no same and identical people in this world. Even the identical twins are different from emotions and feelings. So that is why we should not compare ourselves with others, right? We all are different. And also you have to realize there is a person always in this world who is better than you, right? You can be the best in the world sometimes, but remember, there will be always a person who has the potential to beat you. Instead of competing with others in the society, let's try to compete with ourselves, right? Let's try to battle with ourselves, and let's try to improve ourselves and bring the better version of ourselves daily, right? So that is what we have to do. Your competition should not be with the people who are around you, but your competition should be with the person who is inside yourself, right? Try to bring the better version of yourself every single day. When you're competing with yourself, there's no competition with others in the society, and you will never feel jealous on them, right? And also there's a special practice that our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us to do whenever you feel jealousy. What is that? It is one of the most coolest practices in Buddhism. It is called mudita. The Pali word is called mudita. Mudita means the appreciative joyfulness, or in another word, the sympathetic joyfulness. When you practice mudita, you will have the ability to wish the well-being of the people around you. Whether he or she is better than you or lower than you, you can have the ability to wish the well-being and the development and the success of the people, right? These are the thoughts of mudita. So how can we practice these thoughts of mudita? There are a few simple things that you can do, right? Try this out every single day. Whenever you get up from the bed in the morning, right? Just don't rush into distractions quickly. Just sit on the bed, close your eyes, and wish the well-being and the development and the success of all the beings in this world equally, right? You can close your eyes and think, may all beings in this world be well and happy. May they be successful in their life. May they be developed with the successness. When you think and when you mean these emotions from your heart, you can develop the mudita within you. And when you're going to the society and when you see the people who are better than you, who are more capable than you, then automatically the thoughts of mudita will come to you, and it will take control of your emotions, right? So never let that green-eyed monster or the jealousy to take control over your mind. Instead of that, let's practice the mudita and let's wish the well-being of the people, right? So be a big fan of watching people and being happy by seeing they are growing up in their life and by seeing they are becoming successful in their life. Because at the end of our life, we all have to leave this world and we take nothing from this world, right? So that is why we need to collect more good deeds and we need to practice more good emotions within our hearts, okay? So never be jealous at people, because there's nothing good that we can gain by mere being jealous on other people, right? So practice mudita, appreciate and be happy by seeing the people growing up in their life. When you become happy by seeing the success of others, you can be happy about yourself also. Namo Buddhaya. How to have a better and a strong relationship with people. So today we are going to talk about this. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide Q&A program. So today we are going to talk about how to have a better relationship with people. Well, to start a relationship is very easy. Anyone can do that. But to maintain that relationship to a long time and to have a healthy relationship is a bit of a roller coaster ride. So, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us there are few things that you need to practice in your life to strengthen and make your relationship so much better. So there are 4 things. These are called Sanghavattu. They are the factors that strengthen our relationship with people. So when we are talking about relationships, our great teacher Supreme Buddha doesn't mention a specific kind of relationship, but he describes these qualities affects all kind of relationship. No matter who the person who you are relating to, if you practice these qualities, that relationship is going to be strong, healthy, and so much better. So what are these 4 kinds? Number 1, our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, taught us, you need to be generous. You need to have the mind of giving. So what are the things that we can give to people? There are so many things. You can give materialistic things like clothes, money, jewelries, or gifts. So when you're giving these materialistic things, people become happy. So in a relationship, no matter who the person is, it may be your girlfriend or a boyfriend, husband or wife, or your parents, whoever the person is, you need to give something to them, right? You need to give gifts. Not only the gift, but our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, you need to give your love, your affection, your care, and your attention, right? Don't hold on to these things. You should be generous in giving these things. So the first thing that makes your relationship so much strong and so much better is being generous. Number 2, our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us, you need to speak kind words, pleasurable words. Everyone who lives on this earth likes to hear kind and pleasurable words. So what do you have to do? You need to speak kindly to the people you are relating to, right? Speak kindly to your mother, your father. Speak kindly to your husband or wife or your boyfriend or a girlfriend. So when you speak kind and nice words, their hearts become so much happy. So what you need to do, you need to speak kind and nice words. Be nice to them. Don't be rude to people. No one likes to be with rude and angry people. So what you have to do, speak kindly. And number 3, Supreme Buddha taught us, you need to have the quality of beneficent conduct. What do you mean by beneficent conduct? You should be willing to work for the betterment of the other person, right? So when someone sees someone is working for the good of that person, he becomes happy. That relationship will be strong and more healthy. So what do you have to do? You need to work for the betterment of other people. You need to help them by your actions, from your body. Do something that makes them happy, right? Do something that makes them feel happy and nice about you. So what do you have to do? You need to have the quality of beneficent conduct. And the final quality, this is one of the most important qualities that you need to have. You need to have the quality of impartiality. Simply it means the equanimity. You need to maintain an equal mind in ups and downs of that person's life, right? So many people break their relationships and leave people when they are facing hard times. So what do you have to do? Be with them, help them, be by their side and become a strength to that person when that person is down in that person's life, right? So if you can be with people and if you can maintain the same mind in ups and downs in other people's life, that relationship is going to be so much better and so much healthy. So these are the things that our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us that makes our relationship, interpersonal relationships, so much better. So practice these things. And also remember, a healthy and a better relationship is about 2 things. Number 1, accepting the similarities of that person. And number 2, respecting the differences of that person. So make your relationships so much healthy and better with the teachings of Buddha. Namo Buddhaya. Once there lived a great monk whose name was Arahant Sariputta. He was well known for his wisdom, his patience, and moreover, his kindness. Rumors spreaded among the people, saying that no one can make Arahant Sariputta angry. No matter how bad the situation is, Arahant Sariputta will never get angry with people. So, one man decided to check him out whether he can make him angry. So what he did was, in one morning, when Arahant Sariputta was walking around the street, begging for alms, he went behind him and summoning up all the strength in his body, he gave a big blow to his back. Arahant Sariputta thrown forward and he fell off. Now this man was expecting an angry reaction from Arahant Sariputta. But instead, Arahant Sariputta stood up, turned to man's side, and he smiled kindly at him, and he turned back and walked away. This man was shocked with amazement, and he realized that he has done a big mistake. Then this man went running to Arahant Sariputta, and he fell on his knees in front of him and said, "Oh my dear sir, I have done a huge mistake. I dared to play with your unshakable patience. Please forgive me." Then Arahant Sariputta said, "You haven't done anything wrong to me. I forgave you right at the moment when you hit me. So there's nothing to forgive and there's nothing to ask for forgiveness." Ladies and gentlemen, that is how the people with great mind dealt with anger. So, in the next time when someone hurts you, when someone hurts your feelings, never hate them, never hurt them. Don't stoop down to their level. Instead, smile confidently and kindly and walk away. And when you cannot change the situation and when you cannot walk away from people, make them a teacher where you can learn how to be patient in tough times and respond to them positively and in an assertive way. But we should never be angry with people, because when we become angry, we hurt ourselves more than others. So we need to forgive people, not because they deserve our forgiveness, but because we deserve our peacefulness. And finally, keep this in your mind. When someone treats you badly, it tells something negative and bad about them, but it never tells anything bad about you. Namo Buddhaya. One day, the Buddha visited a certain monastery, and while he was walking around, he heard someone is moaning and screaming in pain. So the Buddha went to the room where the sound was coming from, and he saw a monk lying on the bed, covered with blood and pus all over his body, and he was suffering with a terrible skin disease. So the Buddha called all other monks and told them to prepare some hot water and to arrange a bed outside. Out of compassion, the Buddha took this sick monk outside and he laid down him on the bed. The Buddha gave him a bath and he washed his all the robes and he cleaned his wound and applied medicine. After all these treatments, the monk felt so much comfortable. And after this incident, the Buddha addressed all the monks and said, "Dear monks, you need to help when someone is sick. You need to treat when someone is physically down." And the Buddha said, this body is not going to last forever. Once the consciousness is released from this body becomes useless like a rotten piece of wood. So the Buddha said, while you are alive, you need to help each other. You need to treat when someone is physically and mentally down. And the Buddha said, if someone treats sick people, it is like they are treating to the Buddha. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to last forever on this earth, and that is why we need to help each other. We need to care for each other. Just remember, this whole world is filled with rude, negative and selfish people. And that is why this world needs, this society needs kind, generous and soft-hearted people like you. May all the beings be well and happy. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide Q&A program. Now in today's video, we're going to talk about how to handle a heartbreak and how to heal your heart. One of our viewers have asked from us that how can I handle my sorrow of losing a loved one? And how can I handle the heartbreak, the sorrow of heartbreak? Well, first of all, I must say, a heartbreak or losing a loved one is one of the most hardest experiences that a human can undergo. Right? Because we have that mental bond and mental attachment within people. When that mental attachment is broken, we start to suffer. We start to cry and we start to wail. So there are some ways that you can get over this sorrow. So this whole video is dedicated for all the people out there who are going through heartbreaks and who are experiencing tough times in their life. So I think this video will help you to have some light on your way. So there are some ways and things that we can do to heal ourselves. But remember, this healing process takes time. It's like a wound, right? Wound is not healed in a day or 2 days or 3 days. It takes time, right? So we have to be in a constant process of healing that wound. So same goes with a heartbreak. So what we can do to heal our heart from a heartbreak. Number one, if you need to cry, it's okay to cry. Remember that, right? There are some people who are going through heartbreaks and they don't like to cry. They pretend to be they're okay, right? They pretend to the world that they are okay and they have got over the problem. They smile, but not inside. Remember, if you need to cry, it's okay to cry, right? Go to a private place or go to your room and cry. It's okay, because crying is one of the most natural way of removing the pressure that is building up inside your mind and inside your heart. So it's okay to cry, especially for men, because men always try to hide their tears and they pretend to be they're okay. But remember, men are also allowed to cry. Okay? So if you need to cry and if you need to remove and release that pressure that is building inside, then it's not a problem of shedding a tear. Number two, you can find a person who you can share your pain and who you can share the sorrow and the pressure that is building inside you, right? Well, you need to be wise when you choose this person. Why? Because there are some people out there who give hate comments and hateful comments to the person who cheated you, right? When they give those hate comments and when they try to build up the hate within you, right? It is not good for you. It's not good for your mental health and it's not good for your physical health either. So what you have to do, choose the person wisely and share your pain with him. Find a person who can share that sorrow, right? That person can be your mother, your father, maybe one of your friends, maybe one of your teachers or mentors, whoever it is. Find a person who keep listening to you without saying anything, without giving many advice to you. Find a person who keeps listening to you, right? Find a person who you can share your pain that is building inside. That is the second step. And number three, this is the most important thing that you need to practice. And this is one of the things that many people who are in relationships doesn't like to think about. And what is that? Our great teacher, Supreme Buddha, said, Sabbehi me piyehi manapehi nana bhavo vina bhavoti abhinnang paccavekkitabba. What does that mean? Supreme Buddha said, always reflect and recollect in your mind that one day I have to be parted and separated from all the dear and agreeable people in my life. Isn't that the truth? Yes, it is. That is the truth. But we don't like to think about that when people are in relationships. They will think it will ruin their relationship. It will ruin the bond between people. But in reality, it is not. Remember, when you think that I have to be separated, one day I have to be separated from this person that is sitting in front of me, the person who I love most. One day I have to be separated from this person, at least at the death. So I have a little time to love this person, give my love, my kindness, my attention, my compassion to this person. So I must give this fullest love to this person. Remember, true love will never break your heart. That's amazing, isn't it? True love, when you love someone truly, if that person leaves you, you will never be heartbroken. But if you become attached to that person, if you are mentally too much attached to that person, and that attachment is the thing that breaks your heart. That is why Buddha said attachment brings the suffering to your life. So remember, true love will never break your heart, but the attachment does. Right? So if you are curious about what is true love and what is attachment, there's another video that has done by us about explaining the true love, so you can check out that. So remember, when you truly love someone, your heart will never be broken. Right? So what you have to think is, always, whenever you are possible, you need to think, I have to be separated from these people around me. Right? So when you think that, your mind is getting prepared to face that situation. Right? You can imagine, how I'm going to recover myself if this person left me. How I'm going to do that. Right? Then if your mind is pre-prepared for that situation, when you're going through such a situation in reality, you will start to think, this is what I was thinking about, right? So when your mind is get prepared to face that reality in the life, right? You can be more confident, you can be more strong when you face that situation in real life. So that is the thing that you have to always think about that. And also, remember, I told you, heartbreak is like a wound. Remember, if you need to heal this wound, you need to decrease the amount of touching it. Right? Now, I don't say that you need to forget the person. Right? You cannot forget the person. But you can reduce the amount of attention for those past thoughts. Because when you're alone, right, after a heartbreak, after a breakup, when you're alone, right, you're thinking about the moments and the things that happened in the past. The more you think about those things, the more you will be frustrated and the more you will be sad. So what you have to do, reduce the amount of attention that you are giving to that kind of thoughts, right? So you can do that, but you cannot forget that from time to time, those thoughts will haunt your mind. But when you're not giving much more attention, when you're not giving much attention to those kind of thoughts constantly, and with the time, it will fade away, right? So you don't try to stop the thoughts, but let the thoughts to fade away from your life. And keep this in your mind. Whatever the terrible situation that you are going through in your life, it is going to be changed one day. Because none of our life experiences are permanent, right? Every experience, every tough situation, every happy time, and every experience that we face in our own life are impermanent. They will change with the time. So remember, you're going to heal one day. You're going to be okay one day, right? So have some experience with these tough situations in our life. Remember, these experiences make our life more and more strong. So these are 5 things that you can do to heal your broken heart, right? So I hope you got some ideas to how to heal your broken heart. And most importantly, don't forget to remember what our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught. One day, we all have to be separated from every loving person around us. So we have a short time in this life. So we have to give our fullest love to these people around us and expect nothing from this world, because our expectations will make us suffering. So remember that. And I'm going to end this video with a nice quote, and that is, when you are heartbroken, cry, forgive, learn from your experiences, and let your tears water the seeds of your future happiness. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to yet another episode in Inner Guide program. Today, from this video, I'm going to discuss with you about a wonderful topic. And that topic is the death. Now, when you hear the word death, most of us become frightened and afraid. Normally, people doesn't like to talk about death, right? When we are in our families, normally our parents doesn't like to talk about the death in front of them, right? Normally, when you are with your partner, if you talk about the death, he or she will never like about that. Does talking and thinking about the death really makes our life miserable? Do you think like that? Well, our great teacher Supreme Buddha answered for this. In one occasion, our great teacher Supreme Buddha advised us to think about the death every time. Whenever you are possible, you have to think about the death. That is how our great teacher Supreme Buddha taught us. Supreme Buddha said, Marana dhammomhi maranang anatitoti. It means, I am liable to death. Maranang anatitoti. I am not escaped from the death. Abhinnam pacchavekitabha. You should recall it again and again throughout the day, whenever you are possible. Right? So that means Supreme Buddha advised us to think about the death always. So will this thinking pattern will make our life miserable? In real, it is not. Right? If you think about this real reality of our life, your life will never become miserable. Why? Remember, when you're thinking about the death, you feel in your heart, you feel that you have a little time to live on this earth. Right? Now, death can happen at any time. Right? The death can hit our life at any time, anywhere, at any occasion in our life. Right? We cannot predict that. So that means our life is unpredictable. Right? It is uncertain. So when we feel that uncertainty within our heart, we know that we have a little time to live on this earth. So if we are living a short time on this earth, we have to do something valuable. We have to do something that adds value to our life. Because we live a little time in this earth. Right? We don't have much time to waste. Right? We waste a lot of time in our life to do nonsense, right? Unwanted things, to do evil things. But if you feel that you have a little time to live on this earth, you will always be motivated to do the good things. Because whenever you are about to do an evil thing, maybe you are going to blame someone, right? Now your mind is occupied by anger. If you think, if I died at this moment, if I died at this exact moment, my rebirth will be not a good one. I am collecting a sin or a demerit, an evil thing to my life, and that is anger. This does not add value to my life. Right? When you feel that, you will always be motivated to stay away from the evil things like anger, hatred, and jealousness. So to that thought pattern, that thinking pattern, thinking about the death will always helps. So that is why Supreme Buddha said, you need to recall and think about, reflect about the death whenever you are possible. Right? Without any gender difference, without any religion difference, everyone can do that. This is the exact truth in our life. So thinking about the death will never make our life miserable. Instead, it will encourage us to do the good things and the right thing always. So be not feared to think about the death. Right? As soon as you get up early in the morning, when you go to your washroom, just stand in front of the mirror and see into yourself and think, today I can meet the death. Today there is a big probability for me to be dead. So if I am dying today, what should I do today? Should I get angry with these people? Should I hate these people? Or before I am leaving this world, should I forgive the people who had made mistakes for my life and make my mind a free one? You can free your mind when you forgive people. Remember, the more you hold on to the anger and resentment, you will never feel free. If you are dying today, right, you can forgive everyone in your life. You can love the people around you from the bottom of your heart. Right? You can be compassionate and kind to everyone that meets you, because you know that you are dying today. If you feel that exact feeling inside your mind, you will always be motivated to do the good things. So do not be fear to think about the death. Always reflect about that, and it will surely make your life a better one. Namo Buddhaya.